In this video, we review an update to my Windows Virtual Desktop auto-scale script. Hello everyone, I'm Travis and this is Geraltos. A few months ago, I published a script that will automatically start and stop Windows Virtual Desktop session host based on the number of users connected. You can see full details in the video about it. I'll have the link above, someplace here. The script required depth first for host pool load balancing. Depth first has characteristics that consolidate users to a smaller number of session hosts, making it easier to shut down unused VMs. Overall, I got some great feedback. One suggestion that came back to me, though, was to incorporate breadth first load balancing into the script. Based on that feedback, I added a breadth first option that we'll review in this video. Before that, please take a second to like, subscribe, share with a friend, and click the bell icon to get notifications of new content. And if you'd like to learn more about Windows Virtual Desktop, check out my course Zero to Hero with Windows Virtual Desktop on udemy.com. The link below has more detail. Breadth first load balancing is not the most efficient option for auto-scaling because multiple session hosts need to be turned on to distribute connections across them. This equals lower user density across the session host. But for environments that may have a large number of users during specific times, there is an advantage to starting all the servers and spreading the workload across them. With that in mind, I added an option that works with peak time to change load balancing from depth first to breadth first. When peak time and the use breadth first option is enabled, the script will change load balancing to breadth first and start all available session hosts at the start of peak time. Once the peak time window ends, the script will change the host pool back to depth first and behave the way outlined in the previous version of the script. At the end of peak time, it'll shut down session hosts as users log off to minimize the number of running VMs while maintaining spare capacity to allow new logins. Keep in mind that you don't need to use the breadth first option. Without it, the script will work as it did before. Also, the script does not change the maximum session limit on the host pool. A maximum session limit is required on the host pool for this script to function. Here's how it works. I'm not going to go over each section again. See my previous video for an overview of how the script works. Some of the sections have been moved, but they function the same. We still have a use peak variable. That has to be set to true to use the new option. Use breadth first during peak is what signals the switch from depth first to breadth first load balancing. It also starts all available servers. The start and end peak time, time zone, and peak day settings are also required for the new option. The section that identifies if it's peak time was updated with a new variable to define the peak time state. I also spent some time on adjusting the start and end peak time settings, taking the time zone into account. There was an issue where it would pick the wrong day for some time zones. This is the new block of code that will run if it's peak time and if the breadth first during peak is set to true. It checks to see if the host pool load balancing is set to breadth first, and if not, it'll update it. I added the same level of error handling as the rest of the script. After that, it checks if the total available session hosts or session hosts that accept new connections is greater than the number of running session hosts. That indicates that not all available session hosts are running, and if that's the case, it calculates the number of available session hosts that are not turned on and starts them using the start session host function. Let's take a look at what happens at the end of peak time, or if peak time or use breadth first during peak is not used. If it's not peak time, or if use breadth first during peak option is set to false, the script will check to see if load balancing on the host pool is depth first. If not, it will change it to depth first load balancing. After that, it calculates the number of session hosts that should be running based on the number of active sessions and the server start threshold. The script starts or stops servers based on that calculation. This is the same functionality the script had before the update. That's it in a nutshell. Give it a try yourself. I hope it helps you and your organization save money while providing users with a great experience. Thanks for watching.